Welcome, everyone, to Pitbull Stadium, not far from Miami and the home of the FIU Panthers. And today, this fan base eager to show everyone what the Panthers' home field advantage is all about. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. As we'll see, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs taking on the winners of 8 straight, the Florida International Panthers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. FIU will kick it off to get things underway. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Bulldogs will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
Oh, he's going to go up top. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
He's brought down solid. Pick up on a little bit short of the first down. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
But trying to get it to the running back, it's a really nice effort by him to try to make the catch. Just couldn't get a foot down in bounds. Incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got his man. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. Looking for a block. It's Sharp. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So FIU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. Running back and linebacker, I win, but this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more.
Yeah, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got it set up on the outside. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Looking to throw, it's Cook. Going for it all. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner is stopped. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Complete to the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot and zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. They'll go right back to him. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Working that left side now. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is. Make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the shotgun, they'll run it. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitch.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The give to the tailback. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Cook. Scrambling away. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Throws to the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on 4th down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game. Looking deep down the right side. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, Louisiana Tech!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the offense on first down. The give to the back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Louisiana Tech is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He's past the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. And the Panthers getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Cook. Moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. A designed run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida International. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Texas pulled out the victory on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in Austin. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Caught.
They're throwing the swing pass to the back, just trying to get him the ball in space to see if he can make people miss. That time, though, the defense, nice job with the tackle.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And the Bulldogs racing to the line in a hurry-up. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Turns it loose. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Power football with the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Got room at the 35. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. The give to the back. They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. The Panthers are rolling down the field. To the air, it's Cook. Quarterback extends the play. Oh, the sweet feet.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put...
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21 to 14. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Louisiana Tech has it back in the offense. Ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have...
Going downfield for the big play. Intercepted. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play balls at the 25. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. FIU mounting a threat in the red zone. On 3rd and short, the power run here. With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. It's first down from the 11. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. This quarterback part of their running game. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. FIU pushing tempo. Quarterback keeps it. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That turned out to be a free play with the offsides penalty. They'll wave it off and the touchdown counts. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you've got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He'll just keep slinging it. He finds his man. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. going to have to throw for it. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Just about 30 seconds to go, and you want to score, but the last thing you need to do is give up a cheapie. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Trying to find his man on first down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's caught inside the 20. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, FIU.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Miami. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ricardo Silva Stadium.
The Bulldogs will kick it off to start the second half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Extending the play. Got his man on the right. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Play number 7 on this drive, and it'll be 3rd and 2. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the air, it's Cook. They're bringing heat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
At the 6-yard line. Coming up, 4th down.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Arizona State answered the bell away from Tempe today with an impressive victory. The Sun Devils knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Coming out with it, it's Huff. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting his progression.
You don't see a lot of batted balls on hitch routes because most of the time you give a little bit of a cushion. That's a nice job by the defender, giving some cushion, but understanding the receiver was sitting down and going and getting a handle of the football.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Florida International. back on the field. Time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Dropping back, it's Pryor. Setting up the screen. Crosses the 30, he's got away. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Using the quick game. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Panthers. And the route is on. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
He'll return it. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
They'll throw it on first down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And it just doesn't get more dominant than that. One-on-one, me versus you, and there's nothing you can do about it, David. I know that's something you know a lot about based on your time.
Man, fly off the edge, beat the man as quick as you can. There's so many things that have to go right in order to get a sack. The ball has to be coming out a little bit later. But you know what? When you win that fast and that clean off the line of scrimmage, that is how it's done at the highest level for that defensive end.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. Oh, my, he just shanked that one. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. On first down, here comes this offense. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Cook. Quickly to the tight end. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Panthers will line it up on 1st and 10.
325. Check.
Give to the running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a 1st down for FIU.
And I know it's not sexy, but those little runs just keep you on your heels, keep the sticks moving, making you understand, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be patient. A lot of offenses aren't patient. They get too big play happy, wanting to force the ball down the field. This offense is staying nice and patient right now.
They'll give it to him again. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
29 Philly.
The give on the inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Really nice job by the defense. The offense has the whole playbook open to them on 3rd and short. They try to slip in the screen. Did not fool the defense at all. Nice stop by the defense.
Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He wants to throw. Quick strike complete. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter.
Brought down at the 27-yard line. And a 1st down for the offense.
That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. 1st down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten...
Turns it on down the left side. At the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Michigan came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Oh, look out, there he goes! The 30! And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. They're getting this guy lathered up. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Looking to throw, it's Cook. Hit as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense in an empty set. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. FIU mounting a threat in the red zone. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Can't make the catch, and it'll be 3rd down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Pryor. Keeps looking downfield. Open space at the 25. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And a sack all the way back at the 5. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juke.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Now on 1st down from the 28. He's looking to throw it. Wide open downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up, and this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on 1st down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got the quick pass. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. He makes the connection. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. And thank goodness for those new age throwing techniques. It takes wear and tear off your arm because it ought to be tired by now over 450.
This guy can throw from all the different arm slots and arm angles he wants, Reese, but the end result is always the same. Completions and touchdowns. This dude's a machine.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, They're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Get set, get set.
Handoff from the gun. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 21.
Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he added the extra point.
That makes the score Florida International 54.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over. They'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick.
Set to kick off.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. A first down for the offense. Wants to throw. It's Pryor. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. All wideouts, no backs. Movement here from the tight end. He's looking for an open man on second down. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense. He's
got it, Nick and Burt. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the done.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Panthers are on the move. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the move. Touchdown, Florida International! And the pummeling has started. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Southern Miss went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Golden Eagles team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Moving away from pressure. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. They've been able to put together nothing. Now 3rd and long from their own 1. Maybe just trying to get some breathing room to kick it away. Got his man downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that...
All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff...
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Panthers! And the beatdown has ensued. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is...
Zips one guy, now he's loose. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Pocket starts to collapse. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He looks that one in nicely. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He wants to take the top off. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Looking to pass, it's Cook. He's going for a big play downfield. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 3rd down, going up top. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, FIU! And the stomping has commenced. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And they tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
75. Louisiana Tech, 42.
Out of the end zone. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.